Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends the time we set aside for our public comment period. And John, I'm sorry, but we ran out of time.
Ninth on the list. What happened?
Beg pardon?
I was ninth on the list. What happened?
You got skipped.
It went by me.
John, if you come on, come on, John. We got time for one more.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, nice to see you. In a recent West End Association public safety meeting with over 50 people in attendance, a city official pointed out that there were two trouble areas for the homeless downtown. One was 6th and Broad, where City with Dwellings is located, and the other one is Merschel Park. Not the legacy any of us wanted for wanted. In looking for solutions, my dear friend George Bryan from the West End Association and I met with Director Chris Lieb of the Bethesda Center for the Homeless, looking for solutions. We found out that he has 100 beds, 70 for men and 30 for women. And we were shocked to find out that his day center has been closed since March. When open, that day center offers restrooms, laundry, showers, phones, air conditioning and heat, a mailing address, internet and computers, and counseling. And that's 7 days a week. That's not 2 or 3. We need to get that day center open. We need to do what we can to get that day center open. Secondly, I'm sure you read in the recent article in the paper about my friend Greg Carlisle, owner of the Millennium Center on 5th Street. The paper quotes Greg as saying that his customers from the hotels around 4th Street are told to avoid Trade Street between Merschel Park and 5th Street to get to his events. The valid reason for that is people using trade have to run a gauntlet of people hanging out in that corridor, partly because of the transportation center, but mostly because of Guru store. That bodega, which is owned by a local attorney, sells $1 can of beers in paper bags all day, every day. And they buy the beer and they walk down to Merschel Park and sit there all day, come back and rotate. And there's another group of people that just hang out in that corridor, and there's some drug trade there, there's drinking and carrying on. So it becomes a real gauntlet to try to walk down there. So I think we need a carrot and a stick approach. I'd love to see the Bethesda Daycenter open. I think it's really important that we do that. And then I'd like to see inspections and police work on that corridor of Trade Street to make it safe and less intimidating. I'm willing to meet with anybody at any time to try to find solutions to this problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Mr. Manager, do you want to comment on the day center at Bethesda? Any update on that?
The day center at Bethesda did close down. We have had discussions with the Bethesda Center and Pastor Loeb about the possibility of opening that up. I do know that he is seeking funds at this point in time to be able to do that. It's my understanding that they're closed between 8 and 2 or somewhere in the early afternoon, and then their clientele can come in the evening before they go into the shelter at night. So there is discussions ongoing about trying to do that, and I know that that's being held with both other corporate individuals and other foundations, as well as with the city. All the city funds, federal funds that we have for homeless services or services of this type have been allocated out this year. And so there are no additional federal funds that we have to go towards this issue. But there is ongoing discussion.
There's ongoing discussion about it. Good. All right, I'm going to close the public comment period.